presented by Simply IOA. Jaguars and Steelers on Sunday. And the first thing we're going to focus on is protecting your quarterback. This pass rush is the best in the league. Leads the NFL in sacks and forced turnovers. To stay competitive in this game, you have to give Jake Luton a chance and contain that pass rush. Keep it under pressure throughout the game to give your quarterback a chance here in this game. All right, big thing too that we're going to focus on is give him the ball no matter what. No matter who the opponent is this season, offense runs through running back James Robinson. That does not change this week. Rely on him. Use the run to set up the pass. Do not get intimidated by the Steelers' pass rush and try to change things up. James Robinson works. Continue to use him. Third thing we focus on, do your job on defense. Steelers have a ton of offensive weapons, especially at wide receiver. C.J. Henderson, unfortunately, was placed on injured reserve yesterday with a groin injury, so this is a big test for the secondary and pass rush to try to disrupt the Steelers' passing game, which is definitely playing at an all-time level. And Brian, that's the biggest thing that stands out is this secondary without C.J. Henderson going against guys like Juju Smith-Schuster. You want to try to limit the explosive plays as much as possible.
Well, I mean, if DJ Hayden comes back, that helps you quite a bit. But if C.J. Henderson's out and DJ is not available to you, I don't know if they can do it, which means that it goes on the offense. And the offense has got to find a way to score points, which takes us back to the first point, that's protect the quarterback. The thing about the zone blitz that makes it so difficult is it's nearly impossible to guess who's coming. Because at any moment, anybody, but generally the nose tackle stays in place, but anybody's dropping back into coverage and someone you don't expect is coming. You can try and guess and you can try and base it on tendencies, but through all the years, every quarterback that's faced it has said, you just have to be prepared. You have to see it coming when it starts, and you have to know where you're going with the football. That's a big ask, John, for a quarterback making his third start, which is why we go to the second big thing here, and that is don't abandon the running game. It is his best friend.
Yeah, every one of these, as we went 1, 2, 3, I kind of laughed. I'm like, well, that's tough. I mean, and the next one is like, well, that's tough to do. You know, so I think that's what you're dealing with is no matter who you are, Jaguars are struggling, but no matter what team's playing the Steelers this year, if you went down that list of things, they're tough to do. I wrote for my 10 things the Jaguars need to do to win. They need to run James Robinson. And then as I wrote that, I thought to myself, well, if Jay Gruden's reading this, he's probably thinking, well, yeah, John, I'd like to do that. But if I don't stay in the game and if I get behind on the sticks, if a run early on downs doesn't work with James Robinson, how do you stick with him? It's a giant task, but I agree. They're the best, meaning the Jaguars, when they can run James Robinson. All these things are brutally difficult. I want to go back. I think it's number 3, covering these wide receivers. This is not a team that goes deep that much anymore. They have to get on the line. They have to disrupt. Todd Wash talked a lot this week about the defensive backs are doing a good job disrupting route. That's the key against this Steelers team. I'm with Brian. Without C.J. Henderson, I don't know if they can do it. All these tasks are tough, but they got to do them.
Yes, they do. And we focus as well on quarterback Jake Luton getting ready for his third start in the NFL. And last week was a tall task, going up to Green Bay in those weather conditions. And his stats dropped off a little bit, but overall still played well. So, Brian, what would you like to see from him? He's back in Jacksonville. Obviously, the Steelers defense is very talented, but you at least don't have the conditions that you had last week.
Well, no, look, my expectations are not all that high. He's only making his third start against an enormously big challenge with this defense. I mean, not only did they lead the league in sacks, but in takeaways with 17. So my expectations aren't that high to begin with. What I do hope to see is him make progress. He came out and gave us a great look at how he is capable of winning football games against the Texans, right? Third play, the touchdown over the top, was poised, mounted that come-from-behind touchdown, narrowly missed on the 2-point conversion, battled the wind well. He's a tough kid. He's tough-minded. He's going to need it on Sunday. Just show me progress. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a miracle. Jake Luton is not going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers all by himself. That's not going to happen. Ben Roethlisberger can do that occasionally. Jake Luton cannot. I don't want to see him play outside of himself. Just go be you and understand this is another week that you get a chance to try to win this job.
Yes, could not agree more. It was funny. I was talking, John, with Cam Robinson yesterday, and Cam was saying, like everyone was saying, the poise stands out, the poise and the confidence. But he did say that first touchdown pass to DJ Chark, he got a little giddy in the pocket and started yelling. And then Cam said he hasn't heard yelling since. But that poise, you need it, especially this week. You don't want to get rattled against the Steelers team.
No, you don't. And I think it was Brian a second ago was talking about the wind in Green Bay. Maybe it was Ashlyn. You know, you could see a scenario midway through the first quarter playing against the Steelers where Jake Luton is like, that wind wasn't so bad compared to these guys, because this front seven is a monstrous task. Again, in my 10 things that I wrote this week, I wrote that I would like to see Jake Luton hit some plays early and have some success with the deep ball, because I don't think it's fair to expect him to have a monster game, to have a 350-yard game where he's good the whole game. If he's going to be good, if he's going to hit some plays, hit them early to get the defense back to keep you in it. I would like to see Jake Luton hit some big plays downfield early and get the Jaguars some early points so they can get to James Robinson. I don't think it's fair to expect him to have a 4-touchdown game on Sunday.
Could not agree more. Just want to see him progress in the upward direction.